All right, this is the Boar's Head Crisis Response Team presentation. Um, Here's the agenda. We're going to introduce ourselves, meet the team, talk about the company overview and the company challenges, and then the potential solutions of those challenges, and also the financial obligations of solutions.
My name is Jessica Reynolds. I'm an accounting, finance, and management major. I have been responsible for the potential solutions to Boar's Head challenges, and I have broken down the financial obligations of each potential solution.
My name's Tyler Boggs. I'm a finance and management major. I'm responsible for the overview of challenges presented to Boar's Head.
My name's Alexia Hall. I'm a business and marketing major with an art studio minor, and I'll be reporting the proposal summary and overview of necessary resources to complete the potential solutions.
My name is Carter Blevins. I'm a management economics major, and I'll be reporting the company background and giving a brief description on Boarhead as a company. So Boarhead was founded in 1905 in Brooklyn, New York. Boarhead has built more than a century of heritage as a premium food brand in the United States. And I just kind of found this on Boarhead's website and their timeline brochure. The company is privately owned and family operated, allowing long-term decision-making focused on quality and brand reputation rather than a short-term market pressure. Boar's Head specializes in premium deli meats, deli cheeses, and specialty condiments with a strong reputation for craftsmanship and consistency. And this was found in an article by E.J. Schultz titled "How Boar's Head Became a Deli Meat Beast." The company positions itself as a high-quality premium alternative in the deli category and competes with brands such as Oscar Mayer, Dietz and Watson, and Hillshire Farms. Just kind of what's the problem that's been at hand recently was in July 2024, there was a listeria outbreak that was traced back to a plant in Virginia. This kind of been just dwelling on the company and not kind of correlated with the original mission statement, and that was that they were committed to maintaining a high standard and quality in premium meats. So our company is just trying to strive for going back to that mission statement and restoring all that has been broken.
All right, on this slide, I'm going to go over the main challenges Boar's Head faced after the listeria break. The first challenge was the loss of trust, of customer trust. Even though the company recalled the contaminated meat, a lot of customers were still unsure what was safe. That confusion made people nervous about buying any Boar's Head product, not just the ones that were in recall. This really hurt the brand's reputation because once people felt unsafe, it takes time to earn that trust back. The second challenge was financial impact. The company had to recall millions of pounds of products and shut down a major facility, which cost a ton of money. They also had to deal with lawsuits and extra expenses to fix their safety systems. And even after all that, sales continued to drop because the customers were still unsure about the brand. The third challenge involves safety and sanitation failures. Inspections found major violations at the facility. The contamination ended up causing illnesses and even deaths across the country. This showed that the problem wasn't just a bad batch of food, it's a deeper issue with how the facility was being cleaned and monitored. Overall, these challenges are connected. Safety failures led to customer fear, and then both of those things created big financial problems for the company.
Here are potential solutions to the previously stated challenges. We need to do a recall on all the contaminated products. We need to make sure that we get all of these out of the market so that it prevents further contamination and we protect our customers. We also need to prepare ourselves to compensate the affected parties. I'm talking about like a monetary compensation because there have been 70 overall affected individuals. 60 of them have been hospitalized, and unfortunately, there have been 10 fatalities due to our negligence. We also need to mend customer relations. This is the probably most important potential solution that we have. We need to compose this official public statement. We need to be as transparent as we can with our customers. We need to take accountability for what went wrong. We need to share with them the steps that we're taking to rectify the situation. We are working with the FSIS, the Food Safety Inspection Services, and they're going through our contaminated manufacturing plant. They're going through it. They're helping us fix it so that way we don't have this problem anymore. We need to release this public statement so that way we can start building back trust with our customers because people are going to alternatives now because they no longer trust our brand to be safe. Here's the financial obligations of each potential solution. The recall on the contaminated products will end up being roughly 7 million pounds of product. I found this on Janney, by Janney. It was on this website about Virginia businesses, which is where our manufacturing plant is that is affected. This is going to equal roughly $84 million of lost revenue for us. I averaged together all like the average price of each of our products. I got roughly $12. So I did $12 times the 7 million pounds of product and got roughly $84 million of losses. The compensation to affected parties, we are in a class action lawsuit right now. The smartest decision for us is probably to go ahead and settle for $3.1 million. I think the odds are stacked against us in this case. We can't afford to lose any more time, and all of the legal costs and the lawyers and everything are going to just keep eating away at more money. So if we go ahead and settle at $3.1 million, that will probably be saving us the most amount of money that we can, while also rectifying the situation and giving the affected families what they deserve. We need to mend these customer relations. This is why this one is the most important. This one is the cheapest solution that we have. It's probably the simplest thing that we can do, and it'll help bring back trust. We just need a press release writer and for the board to approve us to go ahead and start the writing process. This press release writer is going to cost at most $1,000 for just one assignment, and that's on the high end. There are several others that are cheaper. Since our net worth is roughly $1 billion, we won't even feel this $1,000 loss, and it'll make up significantly for the amount of revenue that we start getting back once we start building back trust with our customers by telling them the steps that we're taking to rectify the situation and ensure that it never happens again.
Okay, now that we've walked through the key challenges and the solutions that our team is recommending, I just want to wrap everything up by connecting back to Boar's Head's broader needs. We know that Boar's Head's reputation is on being a trusted leader in high quality deli meats, but with this outbreak, their company really took a turning point. Because of this, our solutions aren't just optional actions. They're essential steps towards restoring the stability and protecting Boar's Head's long-term future. What we're asking for is simply approval to move forward with the key components of our crisis management plan. This includes issuing a formal public statement, partnering with public health authorities for a full risk assessment, compensating affected individuals, and rebuilding customer trust through transparent communication. Each of these steps directly address the immediate fallout and will hopefully reduce long-term operational risks. Now, what we need to make this happen is authorization, funding, and the appropriate resources to implement these solutions. Compared to the scale of the recall and all the operational losses, these investments are required, including the compensation costs and the communication expenses. These will be reasonable and necessary for preventing any future incidents and to regain customer confidence. In short, our recommendations give Boar's Head a clear path to restore its reputation, rebuild trust, and ensure safer operations moving forward. With your approval, these solutions will help the company move past this crisis and reestablish itself as a reliable leader in the industry.
Thank you. Please contact our team once you have decided what the best course of action is.